Hello, everybody. So I was about to say hello in, the quick intro in German, but then I realized that German is a way harder language than I have expected it to be. So I will continue in English. How are you doing, guys? Are you having a good time? How was the first day at NOAH? Great. I hope you're having a better day, even a better day today. So my name is Lukas. I am the CEO of the car sharing company CityBee. You know, we are not yet the biggest car sharing company all over the world. We are having 240,000 happy users that are using our services. But we are among the leading car-sharing companies in Europe, comparing the scale that we have, the number of the vehicles, the number of the users, and the advanced technology that we have. So currently, last year, we made 1.6 million rides with CityBee cars, with 1,200 cars. And the last year is really very important for the history of our service because it was the first profitable year for our company. So you will not find a lot of car-sharing companies in the market that they can say that they have built already a profitable business. And I'm confident enough to say that we are the most creative car-sharing company all over the world. So we're seeking not only to provide the transportation services from point A to point B, but we're seeking to provide also out-of-the-box experiences for our customers. That's why, a few years ago, we added Porsche 718 Boxster to our car fleet. So with CityBee app, anyone having a CityBee mobile app had access to this vehicle for a few minutes, hours, or even days. This easily like any other small city car. And this car was a huge marketing hit for our company, and people were sharing it on social media. This is like, oh my God, you so easily can take a Porsche? I mean, you can take Porsche from home and go to work just in 10, 15 minutes. So since seeing the success of this Porsche, we challenged ourselves what other car we can add to our car fleet. What other car that has even more extraordinary design, a car that's really famous all over the world, a car that literally only a few can afford. And anyone from the audience would like to take a guess what car we added to our car fleet after the Porsche. And I'm raising the stakes. I will give 100 euros in cash for the guy who's guessing correctly what car we added to our car fleet. Anyone from the audience, please raise your hand and just shout out. Lambo. Is it a Lambo? We added the one and only. The car that literally only a few can afford. The meme car, the ugliest car in the world, Fiat Multipla. And this car generated even more buzz. People went viral on social media saying, oh my God, is it true that these guys are so crazy that after the Porsche, they are adding the one and only, the ugliest car in the world? And it has also become a tradition that every year before the Christmas, we decorate our cars with Christmas light bulbs to share the Christmas spirit and to cherish it in the city. So what is CityBee? A CityBee is a car 24/7 in your mobile phone. So you download the app, it's completely digital experience, even for the foreigners or tourists. You download the app, you sign up, and you get access to thousands of vehicles in the city. You can leave them anywhere you want. Everything is included into the price, the insurance, the gas, the maintenance, the wash, the parking, everything. So how did we start? So we started back in 2013 with only 50 cars and just a community of 1,000 people using our services. We started in Eastern Europe. I mean, people didn't believe that you can make a car sharing in Eastern Europe. And we finally reached 2018 with the 1,000 vehicles in our car fleet and 180,000 registered customers. And as I mentioned, the 2018 is important for us because it's the first profitable year for our company, and we proved that you can make a profitable business from car sharing right now, not in like 20 or 10 years. So we are trying to provide an alternative to your personal car. So we have a huge variety and a huge selection of different car brands and car types. So small city cars, bigger cars, and even cargo vans to cover the needs of small businesses or people who are moving from the one apartment to another one. So despite the fact that we started as a car-sharing company, we see ourselves as a platform that connects people with needed shared mobility services in the city. And different cities have different needs of mobility. That's why we are not limiting anymore ourselves simply to the cars. So we have small city cars, we have cargo vans. We also added bikes that can be operated station-based on free float with our as well in-house developed software and hardware solutions. And we also added electric kick scooters to our offerings. So we started in Vilnius, Lithuania in 2013. And last year, we finally proved to the board that this business is profitable, and we started expanding internationally. So, of course, we launched our services in neighboring countries in the Baltics. Also in Poland, we launched in 10 cities, and we opened in Madrid, currently only with electric kick scooters. So the way we see electric kick scooters is a really good tool for us to gain brand awareness and get users to sign up for our service. And then when we have a user base, then we add other mobility services. So since the beginning, we are growing in twofold every year. In Vilnius, Lithuania, our home market, 8% of urban population is already using our services. And as I mentioned, last year we made 1.6 million rides with CityBee cars. This year, we already reached the 1 million rides today. So what's the success of our business? So of course, it's two pillars. One is the technology, the product that allows us to unlock the car remotely and to allow our users to use our vehicles using the digital services. Everything is developed in-house by our internal software and hardware engineers. And the other thing is community and fans. So as you have noticed, I'm not talking to you about, the eco-friendliness, how to lower the CO2 emissions, and how the cities, how to save our cities and make our cities greener. We're focusing on a lifestyle, and with CityBee, we're promoting to the people that, this is a cool and really, awesome lifestyle that you're using. You don't need to own the vehicle. You get access to the vehicles, and we are putting the #1 focus on, how to promote a new lifestyle. Not to say that people use car sharing because it's better for their environment. We are creating the movement, and we want to make car sharing services sexy and stylish. So how do we compare to the competition? So if you compare our services to the leading car-sharing providers in Europe, that's, we can name 3 of them. It's Zipcar, Car2Go, and DriveNow. So our average reservation per user per year is 1.8 times bigger comparing to the Zipcar. And if you compare the monthly number of reservations per vehicle with CityBee, it's like, 30% higher compared to even the Car2Go, which is the leading car-sharing provider even here in Germany. And then what is more important is that we are focusing on profitability and how to have this business that's, the business of today. And we are really happy and really proud to share the contribution margins for our different types of vehicles. So electric kick scooters for us are generating 32% contribution margin, our city cars 23% contribution margin, and cargo vehicles that's mainly targeted for the niche B2B audience is delivering 30% contribution margins. And then again, for people in the mobility, car sharing is nothing new, and people understand it, and it's like, it's nothing new, it's nothing surprising. But at the same time, if you compare the number of, the growth of the car sales are growing, and despite the fact that we have all these ride-hailing services and other innovative mobility solutions, the car sales in Europe are growing every year. But what is more important is that the size of the car-sharing fleets are growing even faster and even on a more rapid pace. It's like if you compare the growth of the car-sharing fleets to the number of the car vehicle sales in Europe, it's 12% faster growth. And yet, at the same time, the car-sharing vehicles make in Europe roughly 0.6% of all the cars. So this is a huge market opportunity still, and I believe that in the future we'll see really rapidly emerging the car-sharing services because still the #1, people are still using the most their private cars for transportation in the city. So where we are focusing for the next upcoming years, we are focusing not only for the international expansion, but at the same time developing a smart solution. So until the end of the year, we are going to launch carpooling service. So is that, we are able to connect people who don't know each other, but they are traveling the same direction to travel with the same car. So that's how we are going to compete with the peaks, because every mobility service operating in the city needs to fight the peaks in the morning, during the lunchtime, and in the evening. And with carpooling, we are able to provide transportation with less resources, and then ride-hailing services, and then, of course, smart routing and demand forecasting, and also adding peer-to-peer car-sharing solutions. So as I mentioned, we're focusing on expansion currently in the Central and Eastern Europe. We believe that we understand this market. We already developed a working business solution and a business that's generating the profits, and we are seeking to expand mainly in this region. So thank you very much for your attention. And at the CityBee, we care a lot about our community, and communities need to have something in common. So my colleague sitting in the second row, Aurimas, we still have 10 pairs of CityBee orange socks that are super nice. So the first 10 who reach Aurimas will get a gift, the CityBee socks. Thank you very much, guys.